I'm Katie Scott with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking. It's a typepad blog, and I blog a lot about scrapbooking. I want to talk to you today about embellishment sneeze. It was a thread that I saw a couple days ago on 2 peas in a bucket, and there used to be a thing called sticker sneeze, where you would just throw stickers all over your scrapbooking page, and it was considered kind of poor design. You know, we've all evolved from there, right? Well, now there was a thread. Do we now have embellishment sneeze? And I think that I put my post on there and said, I think embellishment sneeze is kind of fun sometimes. Most of my pages are usually clean, but occasionally I do like to do the embellishment sneeze. So I just want I want to show you a page that I did recently where I did embellishment sneeze. Can you see that? Is it good? Okay. So you can see there's 3 rows of like scalloped circles along the bottom where I have just like thrown every single random embellishment I could think of, just because that was fun. And I had originally intended to put a lot of there's so much embellishment. There's so many embellishments that they're falling off. But I had originally intended to put some memorabilia from the trip, and then I ended up thinking that didn't look as scrapbooky as I wanted it to. So I ended up just using up a bunch of random embellishments. So I want to show you how easy that is to do and how that can be fun sometimes. So that was with scalloped circles. If you have a Sizzix, and I have, this Sizzix is at least 10 years old. There was another thread on the message board at 2 Ps where someone said, I think I'm going to get rid of my Sizzix because I just don't find it useful anymore. There's electronic die cutters out there, and I put a post on that and said, I will keep this forever. Even though it's old, there's some shapes like hearts and tags and circles and squares that are just never going to go out. And so the Sizzix is, and always will be, in my mind, a very useful tool for scrapbookers. And it's a good way to contain your embellishment sneeze. So you can just take your Sizzix die and run papers through them. These papers are all coordinated. They're also all 6x6. There's been another trend in the scrapbooking industry, which everyone says, oh, there's this new trend of 6x6 pages. And I know that I bought these at least like 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. But I do love the new ones, and I do have a few. And they're great for, embellishment sneeze or making cards. I just want to recommend, if you've never used the 6x6 albums, I just want to look at the date on this and see. Because I know this, 6x6 paper packs are a trend right now, but they're not totally new. We've had 6x6 paper pads in the scrapbook industry for a long time, and they're very useful, and I highly recommend them. So I like to keep them all together. They're also useful for mini books. So, are we going too long? Do I have time? Okay. I'm going to show you embellishment sneeze. I'm also going to show you how to make this. And this is with a circle banner, but you can also make it with hearts. It's really easy. I'll do it right now. And then I'm going to use this pretty paper from the Girls Papery for my embellishment sneeze page, and I'll put that up on my blog later today. Okay, so you take your handy dandy Sizzix. You can also use like a punch or a heart punch, any kind of punch. It doesn't have to be a Sizzix. It could also be, what do you call this, quick cuts. And this just has a little heart die in there. Anything will really work. Or you could even cut the hearts. Really good. Okay. So here we go with these coordinated papers. And then I'm just going to run them through my little Sizzix machine here. And it's, I guess you should call it a tool. It's not really a machine because it doesn't use any electricity. This is something that somebody on that thread said something like, I'm keeping that in my survival kit. Like if the end of the world came, and you had your Sizzix, you can still scrapbook. You know, cans of soup in the Sizzix, and you'd be good. You could document that. Okay, so I have my little hearts, right? And I'm going to use these hearts, these very old hearts from the brown phase of scrapbooking, which I think was probably 2004, I'm going to say. So these are old paper supplies. But I'm going to use those to make an embellishment sneeze page, just like the other one I showed you. But I want to show you the other thing you can do with these hearts. You can just take them after you punch them out with your Sizzix and then run them through your sewing machine. And if you've like forgotten to decorate for Valentine's Day, which I have, this is how easy it is. Can you see this sewing machine? You're good? Okay. My husband's back there on the camera. Here we go. I use the Project Runway sewing machine from Brother, and it works really well. It's not a perfect machine. It actually broke once, but we were able to get online and figure out how to fix it. So I think it was about $100 or less, and I think that it is a good, useful machine for mending your kids' clothes, you know, hemming things, and for doing a lot of paper book scrapbooking. That's what I really use it for. So see how easy this is? These little banners were and are a trend this year, and they were showing a lot of them at CHA. CHA is like the trade and hobby convention where you see all the new products. So there we go. How easy was that? And you can use this like as a banner, or you could put this on your scrapbook page, and it's not hard. And you can do this with any shape. I've seen them with butterflies, with squares, with circles. You know, use your imagination. And that is all for today. I am Katie Scott with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and I would love to see what you, if you make any of this stuff. If you do, leave a comment on my blog, and I would love to see it. Thank you. Bye-bye.